If this world we are living in right now was a simulation, would you want to leave? Would you want to see the real world? I feel like so many times in movies and TV shows, the characters always want to get to the real world, but I think that's only because they assume the real world would automatically be better than the simulation. But what if it was the other way around? How do you know what the real world is outside the simulation? It could look entirely different to what you're seeing right now. If your life is a simulation, the real world is totally unfathomable. What if it's a dystopia and it's an empty world where everyone is plugged in and you're the only one awake? Would you plug yourself back in? We just have no concept of what this real world could look like, so it's a huge decision. And think about it. If we're in a simulation, the real world can't be that good if we're in a world where everyone has to be plugged in a simulation to live our lives. Now, I get wanting to see the real world if you discovered you were kidnapped and put into a simulation against your will. I think in that case it would be different. I guess your choice also depends on how you feel about your life here. If you hated your life here, maybe you'd be willing to take that risk that whatever is outside the simulation might be worse. And conversely, if you loved your life here, would you risk going into a world that might be worse than this, just because it's more real? And what if you only existed inside the simulation, like a character in a video game? Would you jeopardize not existing anymore to try to get out? Or would you rather use the knowledge that this is a simulation so you can maximize your life here? If this was a simulation and you knew it, how much differently would you act from today? What risks would you take? Who would you be in a world with no tangible consequences? If you knew life was a simulation, would your life be better or worse for knowing it?